Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool, and welcome back to Starfield. It has been a while, I guess 2 weeks, our usual time between Starfield streams. And I think we are getting really close to the end. I believe we're really close to the end of the Pirates mission line, faction quest. And we're pretty close to, whoa, that was bright. We're really close to the end of the main quest. So I don't know how many more sessions we're going to have before we move on to something else. My cats are going crazy in the background. I assume you can't hear them, but if you can, I apologize. Yeah, we've got Final Glimpses, which is probably the final mission, and then Absolute Power, and then Burden of Proof, obviously, if we can find evidence. But currently, we need to head to Neon. All right. Just got to figure out how to get back out of this ship. I always click board when I know I want to go to the cockpit.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Not this way. I think I always make that turn incorrectly as well.
If something's on your mind, you can tell me.
Okay. Now let's head to Neon. Undock, because that's required for whatever reason. It's good to be back in Starfield. It's been a while.
We're loose.
Okay. I'll be in Voli. Over here. And let's go to Neon. Hey, pseudonym. You are in fact first. Okay, so we are heading to Madame Sauvage's place, which we've been to before. I don't remember what quest for, but the name is certainly familiar.
Keep moving. Scanners won't hurt you.
Just balancing out my oxygen. Okay, down here in Ebside. There it is. Madame Sauvage's place. Upstairs.
They don't have places like this in Aquila, that's for sure.
Out of my way. Estelle Vincent.
You looking to get zoned?
I'm looking for you. I'm not a tourist, so you can drop the act. I'm from the Crimson Fleet, zoned.
Yeah, you know, dusted, blazed, frosted, high.
Huh.
If you weren't here to buy some Aurora, then what the heck do you want?
I'm looking for you.
Yeah? Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in this place. So, I'm guessing you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously.
Can't stay, but I didn't want to miss the little ending. I don't know how quickly we're going to get to the ending. It could be this stream or it might be the next, but we're getting close. Getting pretty tired of being called a rook. Let's cut the crap and get to work. I need specifics. Who said no one's taking you seriously?
Come on, give me a break. You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult.
I get the job done. But yes, I'm getting tired of being called a rook.
And I'm getting tired of the fleet not taking me seriously. I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
He has certainly earned quite a reputation. Neon is proof of it.
I'm over here. Crimea River, if you want to piss off Delgado by complaining, that's on you. We both need to do what we're told. If you want to piss off Delgado by complaining, that's on you.
All right. I get the point. Let's just get this over with. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly.
That's right. I'd forgotten what this quest line was, but we're getting that power tech because we think it'll shield our ship when we go into the gas giant. Sounds easy enough. What kind of facilities are we talking about? Where's the underbelly? What exactly is the power core? What kind of facility are we talking about?
I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city.
Where's the underbelly?
Beneath your feet, genius. It's the lowest level of Neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there, along with some of the finest cuisine in the city.
All right, and what's the power core?
Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable.
Okay, well, it sounds easy enough.
Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it.
I'm always interested in making extra money. Delgado never mentioned anything about a virus. Nope, no way. I only came here to grab that data. Why should I bother doing this for you?
The elevator doesn't exactly go to the top floor in that head of yours, does it? Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent helping of give and take.
Okay.
As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data unless you take this virus and upload it like I asked.
I'm always interested in making extra money.
Well, look at you. You're smarter than I thought. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own.
Research methods. This high-speed wireless data collection siphon should make the job a cinch. I'll be on my way then. I assume I'll be facing some serious security. Why do you need access to their data? Another Bayou works at Generdyne?
Yep, nepotism has its advantages. Word on the street is that the Generdyne gig is the only one Benjamin could get for his younger brother. He's not the brightest.
Why do you need access to their data?
Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as selling Aurora and keep it at that, okay? But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction grid data, that's his territory. I won't touch it.
Okay. This high-speed wireless data collection siphon should make the job a cinch.
It might be wireless, but you aren't going to be able to use it from here, genius. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place.
I have some pull at Ryujin if it helps. There's got to be a catch. Easy, I'll just take her out and grab the pass. What will I need the security pass for?
You should be asking what won't you need it for. The facility is closed to the general public, and they keep all of their important files encrypted. Not to mention the fact that there's going to be all sorts of nasty security inside you're going to want to bypass.
I have some pull at Ryujin if it helps.
Ryujin Cloud doesn't mean shit at Generdyne.
Darn.
So you're going to have to deal with Komiko and potentially her boyfriend, Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction.
Okay.
As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate.
you tell me anything useful about Generdyne? What's Brace and Bayou's story? Anything I need to know about Ayumi Komiko, or can you give me the lowdown on Euphorica?
Pretty laid-back club over in Ebbside. Owner's name is Micah. She's young, but sharp as a razor, and has gang muscle to back her up. The little Aurora land she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she modeled it after opium dens on old Earth. Bayou takes a cut of the profits, of course. The rumor says it's way less than he usually takes. No one knows why.
Okay. Anything I need to know about Ayumi Komiko?
Businesswoman. Tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Bayou. But rumor has it that she's just using Bayou and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants.
Okay, what's Bayou's story?
Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give them more on a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up. Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight.
Ha ha. And what can you tell me about Generdyne?
Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right? Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years.
I'm amazed they're still around. I assume the city has been loaning them credits to keep afloat. Good, let them burn. What's the conduction grid?
It's that hideous canopy over the center of the city that keeps the rich folks dry. Some folks around here call it the span. I think it's a massive eyesore, like some sort of a modern art piece gone haywire. You can't miss it. Just poke your head outside and look up.
Okay. I'm amazed they're still around.
You're not the only one. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis. Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious profit?
If Generdyne is barely staying afloat, then it doesn't sound like they have all that delicious profit. People have no alternatives for receiving power?
Not a single one. In fact, there are no legal alternatives for anything in this godforsaken city. The only thing people can do is deal with the bullshit and try to get on with their miserable lives. But let's get back to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all its delicious profit?
I don't like guessing games or Eugen Corporation, Generdyne shareholders.
Oh, sorry. That's a good one, Rook. No, it's not Generdyne's shareholders. It's good old Benny Bayou. That son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie in the sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good looks or smarts, I can promise you that.
Okay.
Watch your step. Benjamin Bayou has eyes everywhere.
Alright, so quest-wise, we have optional locate evidence to extort her, or just go talk to her immediately. I'd like to get the extortion evidence first. Sounds like that'll make the talking to her easier.
I'm zoned out of my mind right now.
That's nice. Alright. So where are we heading? Looks like both quests are pointing this way for now. There we go. Here's where they split off. So that is the extortion marker. As long as they don't move around on me like they sometimes do. Okay, we're just heading to this elevator. Generdyne Industries. Toss down a quick save. Hi there.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago.
I don't need a job. A tour would have been nice. What's the conduction grid? We'll just keep asking everyone.
See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's the grid, or what the locals call the span. Besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece, it's actually the main source of the city's power.
You almost said word for word what the other girl said, which is sort of creepy. Tour would have been nice.
Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut the entire tour staff too. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all.
Maybe I can help.
I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here.
If you don't mind talking about it, I'm willing to listen. I would have expected this company to be making a fortune. Again, all those lucrative profits that Benjamin Bayou has been taking. But apparently they're going under because they have no money. I don't understand this game. Looks like you're doing fine to me. Why are you being so open with this kind of sensitive information?
Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate face and pretending that nothing's wrong. It's do or die time around here. We can either spin our wheels forever or worse, go under completely.
If you don't mind talking about it, I'm willing to listen.
I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my chest. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division.
Sounds like you need a new person in charge of R&D. I can't imagine your superiors are happy about this. Breaking even is better than being out of business. The conduction grid is Generdyne's only product? Are you in charge around here? We'll start at the bottom.
Unfortunately, no. I'm in third on the corporate ladder. One step above me is Ayumi Komiko. She's the COO of the company. And then there's Kaito Harada, our esteemed CEO who never seems to be around.
Conduction grid is their only product?
No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup generators, but nothing even close to the magnitude of the conduction grid. Generdyne needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on the map. If not, we'll remain stagnant forever, or worse.
Sounds like you need a new person in charge of R&D.
You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology.
So you don't have much of a choice. Surely there are other scientists working at Brayson's side. You have to man up and fire the guy. I mean, that's not going to happen. Hey, welcome, Koshanka. How did Brayson get the job in the first place? Why do you care so much what happens to Generdyne?
I can give you 117 reasons. Our employees. If Generdyne goes completely under, how many of them will lose their jobs? How many might get cut in a restructure? My position puts me in charge of the welfare of our personnel. I can't in good conscience allow that to happen to them.
How did Brayson get that job in the first place?
Isn't it obvious? Administrator Bayou clearly leaned on Ms. Komiko to get his brother hired. It's nepotism in action.
That's what we've heard. So you don't have much of a choice. Surely other scientists... Yeah, surely there are other scientists working at Brayson's side.
Of course there are. But so far, Brayson has suppressed most of their work through pure jealousy. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do?
I don't think reporting a troubled employee to his brother, the brother who used his nepotism strings to get him put in that position, is going to have any effect. If you're worried about this company, then send that report to Administrator Bayou. I really don't think that would work. Administrator Bayou is a dangerous man. Bury that report. I honestly don't know what you should do. What exactly does the report say?
It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayou is running the Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genodyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayou might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I guess given the options they're giving me, there's bury the report, in which case the company will continue to decline and eventually fail. Or try and see if you can appeal to Bayou's financial desires. So that's, I guess, could go back and burn you. But if you're worried about the company, send it to Administrator Bayou and hope for the best.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I can't allow Brayson to run this company into the ground. Hey, look, thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask.
I mean, I'm just a stranger who walked in off the street, so yeah. Mind if I ask you some questions about Ayumi Komiko? That's what I'm actually here for.
As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. Ask away.
I'm looking for some dirt. Do you suspect she's involved in anything illegal? Do you enjoy working under her? How long has she been your boss? That's all I wanted to know. We'll start with the non-persuade options first. Do you enjoy working under her?
She's my boss. She's fine, I guess. Look, like I said, I don't want to get into serious trouble. She might be a bit tough on all of us, but being responsible for Neon's power grid is a very stressful position. Sometimes that stress trickles down.
Makes sense. How long has she been your boss?
I've only been working here for a few years now, and she's been my boss the entire time. Well, the big boss is our CEO, Mr. Harada. But I've actually never met him. He lives somewhere in New Atlantis, I think.
Wow, that is extremely remote for the boss. Do you suspect she's involved in anything illegal?
Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I can't discuss company matters like this.
Sure you can. Manipulation. It feels a little bad using this. We got it from the Ryujin storyline, but it's so powerful. Manipulation +5. It would make sense to just go along with what I want.
Huh. That makes a lot of sense, now that I think about it.
Of course it does. I know you'd like to help me if you could.
I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here.
Okay.
Okay, listen. You didn't hear this from me, but I know she's up to something with Benjamin Bayou. He was in her office a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of shouting match. It got really heated until Bayou stormed out the door. I don't know what it was about, but I happen to know Miss Komiko keeps audio recordings of all her meetings in her safe. And before you ask, yes, I'll unlock it for you. Just don't tell anyone I helped, okay?
Okay. If you're nervous about being involved, why are you allowing me into her safe?
Because I'm sick and tired of the corruption that's running through this city. People around here spend half their lives terrified about being backstabbed, and spend the rest of it planning on how they're going to screw over someone else.
Yep.
Something rotten is going on in this company, and one day, I hope to find out what it is.
That's all I wanted to ask for now.
Sure, no problem.
Where did Genodyne get its start?
Genodyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get the conduction grid up and running. That was Genodyne's first and last major success.
Can you tell me how the conduction grid works?
The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed electromagnetic absorption system. When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is instantly distributed across the grid to prevent overload. The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers to ensure all of the negative and positive strikes are equalized. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells in Neon's underbelly, from which it's parceled out and used for power.
Wow. Why aren't there conduction grids in every major city, besides the fact that they don't have crazy amounts of lightning strikes?
That's an excellent question, and the answer for it is surprisingly simple. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. That's why Volai was chosen as its primary development site. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications, but nothing public has ever been announced.
Huh. I'm just looking at the stream, and whatever OBS is doing is causing like a flickering on the background, which is not on my screen. So, apologies if that's... Yeah, apologies. Not sure what's going on there.
It was great speaking with you.
Yeah. Well, let's head on back.
Are you lost?
Of course not. I'm supposed to be here.
I know your type. The free-wheeling space ace. Must be nice.
It is. Alright. Get in here. I don't want to close the door just for you to immediately walk in and open it. Okay. Well, I'm still going to close the door. I guess it doesn't really matter. There's giant windows. We've got a switch for something. Ah, perfect. Let's check out the computer first. Alright, where do you fit? No, seriously, where do you fit? There we go. So there and here, looks like. And then you would go here and here. Notifications. Security reminder. Your security software has expired. Please contact your provider for the latest update. Automated update failed. And update available. A new update is available for your current operating system. Wow,
I never had the patience for computer systems.
How can you see me? Alright. Steal the credits. Steal the credits. And steal the meeting with Bayou evidence. Let's check it out. Meeting with Bayou.
Alright, Ben. What was so important I had to come to the office in the middle of the night?
It's the numbers, Ayumi. I don't like what I'm seeing.
If you'd stop interfering with my company, the numbers would be better.
Your company? That's funny. I thought it belonged to Mr. Harada.
Give me a break. We both know you set up that identity so we could both reap the profits off the books.
If Genodyne was showing a profit, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
How the hell am I supposed to make a profit when all I have is your brother, the idiot, as my chief technician?
I'd choose your next words very carefully, Miss Komiko. Raise the utility costs to your clients, cut some staff, I don't care how you do it. I want Genodyne's profits soaring by the end of the month. And if I ever hear you talking about Brayson like that again, well, I'm sure you can imagine the consequences.
Yep. Change my mind. That guy should not send that note to Benjamin Bayou. It will turn out poorly. 100%.
Are you supposed to be here?
Of course I am.
I don't have time for this. Talk to my secretary if you need something.
I'll be happy to answer any questions about the conduction grid.
Did you know that your CEO, Mr. Harada, is actually Administrator Bayou?
What? Oh my god. Funny thing is, when you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. I've never actually met Mr. Harada. I haven't even seen a picture of the man. I've only communicated with him via messages. So that means Bayou has a controlling stake in Genodyne already. And he's soaking up a corporate salary to boot. Pure genius. Well, this certainly puts a different spin on things. I'll just keep my head down for now and my mouth shut about Brayson Bayou.
Good call. Because that would have gotten you super
Thanks.
fired or worse.
Taking the time to talk.
Alright, let's head back down. So we now have our evidence, I assume. Use the evidence to extort Ayumi Komiko. Yeah. So now we have to find Ayumi and then extort her. Back to Ebside. Euphorica, that's right.